Why law?
So in undergrad, I studied philosophy of law, and I really like philosophy, and I like reading, I like writing. I wasn't very good at hard sciences. I originally started as a chemistry major and just wasn't into it. And it was more forced than anything, right? And I feel like anything in life, if it feels like it is something that you have to force yourself doing it, and if it doesn't feel like play, you're always going to be worse than somebody else out there that literally views that as like, I'm just hanging out, I'm just playing, I'm just writing these equations or whatever. You're not going to be able to beat that person. So I switched into philosophy, and I don't know, I think just abstractly, I got law. It felt like a piece of code that society wrote, and then there's people sort of following it and operating within those confines. And sometimes you can change that law, and then there's a different sort of thing that happens within society, and it can sort of get evolved. And I like the sort of analysis of it from a very sort of zoomed out way. Like that is how society kind of operates, is through rules and laws, and sometimes you break them to create new laws. Sometimes you bend them. Sometimes to evolve as a species, you need to sort of change them up. So I think abstractly, I was into it in that way. And then the second part of it was, I said that I never really cared about pleasing my parents, and that's true. But I think deep down, especially at that age, there was still a part of me that they would be proud if I sort of had the title as a lawyer, because then they can go and introduce me to their family friends and say that, hey, my son is a lawyer, right? And I got that. And there was definitely a part of me that also did it for them. And I kind of forced that. And that's why kind of towards the end, I ended up graduating and got my JD. I didn't like drop out or anything, even though I really wanted to, because I was working on different internet products that were sort of doing way better than any job that I would have gotten coming out of law school. But I still stuck around it. I still got my JD. But I just knew probably after my first or second year of law school, maybe like my first year, that I was just like, yeah, there's no way I could work as a lawyer. It just didn't make any sense to me. It was just like, hey, it wasn't a job at CVS, but it was still a job, right? I got to wear a tie to work, which I hated. I don't even get the point of a tie. It didn't make any sense to me. And, you get to go to like a fancy office, you get to work out of the city, but you're still working under somebody else. You're making somebody else get richer in the process of you getting some sort of menial salary. And then I just knew I could sort of build something better than this sort of institution of a law firm, which hasn't been really fundamentally changed in the last century. But yeah, that's why law. I liked it from an abstract way. I liked how it made me think. I definitely feel like it made me a better writer going to law school, because you have to be really succinct. You're just always removing words. You have to be very concise. It's like surgical writing almost. And I think there's a lot of degrees out there that you get that don't give you really practical skills, but I think getting a law degree really helps you become a better reader and a better writer. And I think that that is a foundation of anything and everything you do, whether it's startups or you're opening up your own thing. There's nothing that beats being able to read something complex and really understand it and level up your level of understanding, and then being able to like translate that into your own words and communicate anything that you're doing to anybody else in the world in the easiest ways. So I don't regret it.